If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is February the 13th, 2023, and today the topic is Let Me Burst Your Bubble. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope that you all had a wonderful weekend. Mine was just fine. Shout out to the ladies that joined me for my brunch on Saturday. The Juice Daily Bible Study Accountability Group had our first meet and greet on Saturday, and I think it went really well. I felt like I was just like chicken with my head cut off, running around everywhere, as you tend to do when you host something, right? But yeah, aside from that, though, I feel like everything went well. Shout out to the two ladies that have joined the group and came to the event. One of them was named Ebony, so shout out to Miss Ebony. She has a blog as well. I'm going to have to get that information and share it with you all and whatnot. But yeah, she also brought her kiddos, and that worked out fine because I had my kiddos too, so they had their own little situation going on while we were doing our thing. I got for them some orange slime because of course I have to do everything in theme. So yeah, they were kind of over there playing with their orange slime and getting to know each other and whatnot, while we, the juicers, was over there connecting as well. Shout out to Sweet Potato Cafe for being amazing, hosting us, as well as it was a great meal and whatnot too. The other lady that joined us virtually was Miss Hermelin, so shout out to her as well. I'm glad that she did not let not being able to attend in person stop her from joining. We had more people that was in the group, but those two ladies are the ones that came and got their journals. I gave them a copy of the juice, so to God be the glory for that and everything like that. Glad to be able to do the things that I set out to do, y'all. So to God be the glory for that. I have to give a shout out to my mentor, Miss D. James. She just happened to be in town, and she was saying that she wanted to see me, and of course she wanted to see NJ, right? And I was like, well, hey, we're going to be here in the morning, and she came. She, as well as one of her cousins came, who she wanted to introduce me to, another caterer and whatnot. Ebony's husband is a caterer as well, so many different entrepreneurs and things like that. So who knows where all of this is going to go, but I'm very excited about it. I'm glad that the ladies joined, and I'm excited to cheer them on their journey to daily Bible study. Yeah, we'll be checking in next Saturday, probably through Zoom, and we're going to see how it goes. But if today is day one for them, I let them know this morning that I am thinking about them, I'm praying for them, and yes, I'm cheering them on as they embark on this journey of daily Bible study, because as y'all know, it has been life-changing for me, and I hope that extends on to them and whatever else that they do beyond this. So yeah, that was Saturday, right? And then, well, actually, me and Miss Ebony had a little bit more time because right around the corner, her husband works at this place called Gilly, and so I was able to go and check that out. Apparently, I don't know those of y'all that may be familiar with this lady. She goes by Jeanette. I don't know if she's the owner or whatever the case is, but I saw her there as well. I didn't say nothing, but I was like, yo, I mean, those in the Christian community may be familiar with her because she has this amazing poem that she did called "I Will Wait for You." And then once she got married, her and her husband, she did a like a completion of that poem for her husband on their wedding day, which is amazing. They have an amazing testimony and whatnot as well. Like I said, I knew who she was, but I ain't say nothing. I just was like, this is cool being in her presence and whatnot. But yeah, so me and Miss Ebony had a little bit more time to chit chat and get to know each other. Our kids was getting along, X, Y, and Z. And so yeah, it was a good time. That's what Saturday looked like. One thing I was not expecting, okay, was that as we were leaving on Saturday evening, because there by the time we left, maybe like 3. Anyway, it was cold and rainy, y'all, and I was not expecting that. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, I mean, it was a little chilly that morning, but it was something different Saturday evening. So I was like, oh my goodness, let's get home, and everything like that. So, and okay, here's another thing. It don't really have anything to do with anything, but I've been wanting to try them. Did y'all know that Wingstop? I need to be sponsored by these people. Anyway, Wingstop has these wing flavored chicken sandwiches now, right? And I was very excited to try them. And so fine, that's what I ordered in on Saturday, and we tried multiple flavors. We tried the lemon pepper, we tried mild, and then we also tried. It was supposed to be barbecue, but that was quite spicy. I almost got habanero, mango habanero, but then my husband was like, "Oh, you don't, blah blah blah." And then we just ordered barbecue, but it was like super spicy. So I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, I enjoyed the lemon pepper, and I knew that lemon pepper was gonna be good. So if y'all ain't tried those wing flavored chicken sandwiches, by all means, I stand by the lemon pepper. Anywho, so then y'all know Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday. So I got up early, and went to the first service. So woo, I made it to the first service, y'all, at Mountain West on Sunday. Of course, they're continuing the story, continuing the message or the series that's about God and His story, everything like that. And I mean, in some ways, that's kind of like the inspiration for today, because I felt, again, I felt like it was a lot of things that the pastor was saying was confirmation of a lot of things that I have been receiving. And I had wrote down different notes and things like that, but I accidentally put it in the... They have this little bin that you can put your things in after church or whatever, and I accidentally put it in that bin, so... So yeah, I don't have the notes that I took yesterday, but yeah, and then not only that, but the juicers, we had a chance to see each other in person and whatnot, because all 3 of us was there, and we had a little chat afterwards and whatnot. And then your girl, I was booked to go do an event with Madam Miraculous. I went to go do a birthday party around 1 something yesterday, and so that was pretty much what my day looked like. By the time I got back home, hubby had made some chicken or something like that. We just kind of, I don't know if he was inspired by the chicken sandwiches that we had the night before, but he had like different flavors and this, that, and the other. And yeah, so, we just enjoyed that. And I just pretty much tried to chill. NJ came in the room with me at some point. It's like, I want to watch Pepper Ann, because I was showing him Pepper Ann at some point. I want to watch Pepper Ann with you. And then I was like, well, what about Little Bear? He's like, I want to watch Little Bear. And then I was also showing him this show called Franklin and whatnot. But he was kind of, I guess he liked Little Bear out of everything that we watched yesterday. So anyway, so that was my weekend, y'all. That was my weekend. That's what your girl had going on. But like I said, I believe that the sermon yesterday, as well as just like, I guess different things that I feel like the Lord was showing me this morning, downloading to me, however you want to say, is the inspiration for today's topic. Let me burst your bubble. Again, there's a lot of things that's the inspiration. But I will say that I woke up this morning around noon, I think it was 2:33, and I did see the verses that was centered around that, and they were resonating. I guess ended up going deeper and ultimately landed on where I am in regards to Let Me Burst Your Bubble. But it was like, okay, so here's the thing. I won't get too deep into it because like I said, I'm still thinking and praying and go see what the Lord do with my life, right? But if I share a little piece of what's going on, is that again, I've shared with you all that there's multiple things on the table for me right now, like opportunities and things like that I could possibly embark on, and I'm trying to figure out, like, should I do one? Should I do them all? Like, what should I do, right? And I was presenting some of those things to the Lord this morning before I did my prayer meditation, because I had been saying to myself, I need to, meditate on this. I need to read over the, information that's been sent to me, that X, Y, and Z. And so I took a little time. It was like 5 minutes before my alarm was about to go off. So at the time, I was like, I don't know if it's the best time, but because I've been saying it over and over again, and plus I've had the information for a few days now, you just need to sometimes just be intentional and be like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I need to do it now and stop procrastinating, right? And so that's, I guess, what I was led to do this morning, right? There was one of the opportunities. I was looking at the information, reading over, and, just thinking and praying about it. And then I was like, my alarm had went off, all this different type of stuff. And I just was like, okay, let me just get my mind centered around what I should be doing, X, Y, and Z. I know even at some point, I think it was like 4:30, Dario peeks his head in and it's like, you up? And I'm like, yeah, I'm up, or maybe that was before the prayer meditation. Yeah. So yeah, so then a little bit after that, I listened to the prayer meditation, which was good, but I don't remember it right now. Sorry. Anyway, but that kind of got me to clear my mind. So that's probably why I don't remember it, because, which is interesting. And it was a good thing to listen to after I had taken in that information about the one of the opportunities or whatever, to listen to this prayer meditation guide me through, like, just giving all my thoughts to the Lord, and to not, like, try to think about any of that stuff. Just give those things to the Lord and clear my mind, all that different type of stuff. It was good. It was a good thing to do because, I mean, yeah, my mind kept trying to think about those things. And hey, yes, I was a little bit distracted this morning. A few things was trying to distract me this morning, in the midst of that, as well as this morning when I got up, all this different type of stuff. But ultimately, like I said, I guess putting the focus back on the Lord, giving all the things to the Lord, and everything was good, a good transition and whatnot. And so, after that, I was looking into, the verse that I had, what did the Google search bring me? I looked into what the Strong's Concordance had to say, which it was talking about salt and whatnot. And it made me think about one of the messages that I heard yesterday. I believe his name. What is his name? Chris Young, I believe his name is. I watched one of his videos yesterday. And he was talking about how it's pretty much foolish to basically have the light of Christ, right? But then try to hide it, or not walk in that light, or use that light to guide your steps and all these different type of things, right? And I was reminded of that when I saw salts for the Strong's Concordance and everything, because it's like, of course, the word is telling us to be light and salt and all these different things, and it's important in this season, right, to help others as well, as we shine our light and give the glory and honor to the Lord, right? So anyway, thinking about all of that, and then just kind of, looking into some verses, looking into some phrases that was coming into my heart and mind. Ultimately, what I guess the download that I received this morning is just, I guess, again, full circle with the message that the pastor was saying, is that at the end of the day, I guess this is where the bubble's going to burst, y'all. Life is not about us. Our life, my life, is not about me. Ultimately, I know the pastor broke down beautifully about not the woman at the well, the woman that was caught in adultery, and how, they was getting ready to stone her, and they was testing Jesus to see what he wanted to say about the situation. And what he said, whoever don't have sin can cast the first stone. And the interesting thing for me, like even as the pastor was talking about it yesterday, the main thing that resonated in my heart and mind as he was talking about it was that Jesus knew that he was the only one that could cast the stone. and we know, again, I know they talk about they have different speculations of what he was writing in the sand and whatnot. But ultimately, we all know what happened. All the men or all the people that was trying to, condemn this woman walked away. And then to the woman, he was like, where are they? And she's like, they're not here. And he was letting her know that he doesn't condemn her, but to go and sin no more, right? And everything like that. But ultimately, the main thing I got from the message, or the main thing that was very interesting about the situation, is that the pastor was letting us know that the whole time the star of this story was Jesus. At the end of the day, the whole like everything, if you really truly think about it, it revolves around Jesus. Now I know you guys, those that don't believe X, Y, and Z, this may be definitely foreign because anybody that, even believers, I'm sure we're struggling here with this concept that, oh, my life is not my own, even though we sing it, right? We sing those songs and stuff. That was another thing that came into my heart and mind this morning. I'm like, we sing those songs that say my life is not my own. To you I belong. All these different things. But then, again, we live our life like it is about me. It's about, oh, it's all about me, da 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 da. Like even my son, 4 years old, walking around here talking about NJ's world. And it's interesting because me and his papa is looking at him like, so I guess you call the house NJ's world, really? Like, where did he even get that from? I don't even know. But I mean, just like him, we're the same way, we're thinking that our life is about us. And even with me, right, sitting here thinking about like, oh, should I do this, should I do that, and thinking about, I mean, obviously I've always been somebody that, had entrepreneurial, endeavors or aspirations and things like that. So to be in a situation where, again, multiple opportunities and things like that, and of course, you think about like, wow, this is a goal, this is an achievement, I want to celebrate it, X, Y, and Z, right? Because yes, I have been trying to be more intentional about celebrating different things that have been achieved, because I told y'all before, I was definitely struggling with never really paying attention to the present because I was always so focused on the future and stuff. And so so with all of that being said, yeah, on one hand, it's like I think about these different, again, opportunities and things, and you're like, yes, perhaps that'll, help me get to another level in life, and, there are these opportunities and these things, and this is great for me, and da 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 da. But at the end of the day, it's like, nah, I mean, really, I need to be asking the Lord, like, what is it that He wants me to do, and how is it going to help His story progress, right? Which is, that's one of them things that, again, I know it's probably difficult and whatnot to even think about, let alone do. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess let me bust your bubble today, y'all. Yeah, life is not about us, and it's about Jesus. But hey, let's see what the Bible has to say. Y'all might think I'm just out here talking, so let's see what the Bible has to say. Psalm 24:1 says, a psalm of David. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and those who dwell therein. So the earth is the Lord's, and those that dwell therein is the Lord's. So that includes the humans, the animals, anything that's dwelling in the earth is the Lord's, right? Deuteronomy 10:14 says, behold, to the Lord your God belong heaven and the heavens of the heavens, the earth with all that is in it. So not only does the earth belong to the Lord and everything therein, is saying that heaven belongs to the Lord and the heaven of heavens. So, did y'all know there was multiple heavens? I guess that's something to think about today. But yeah, the heavens of heavens as well. This might be just Pope across the board, y'all, because Colossians 1:16 says, "For by him all things were created in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things were created through him and for him." One of the things that really stood out to me yesterday that the pastor was saying was that, he did pretty much say like, oh, Jesus is the star of the show, X, Y, and Z. And as an actor, that just pretty much made me think about that. Okay, so if Jesus is the star of the show, then we're more like supporting characters. Now it does say that we're the love interest. I know that was something that we talked about last Sunday. Or that the pastor had, told us. So we do have some level of importance, right? We're not just extras or whatever the case is, right? However, again, understanding that at the end of the day, Jesus is the center of the entire story, and then everything else is surrounding that. Even yesterday, I took some time at some point and I was watching, and I had watched them before, these videos on the Bible Project, but I don't know, something I guess led me to watch them again last night, and it was talking about like the fallen angels and the divine council and all these different types of things, and so that means, and I know we might struggle with this idea as well, but if God created all things, then he created the things that are evil as well. And then if you think about it, right, I mean, everything that he created, he said was good, right? But those things that have free will like us, right? And obviously to a certain extent, these heavenly beings, whatever the case is, they may have fallen away from what their position was supposed to be, because they wanted to do their own thing, whatever the case is. But ultimately they still were created by God, so it's just one of those things to think about, y'all. I think, as we put these things into perspective, then hopefully it will help us when it comes to like the decisions we make, obviously the things we do, things like that. If we really put in our heart and mind that, you know what, at the end of the day, this is not about me, it's about the Lord, and what do you want me to do, Lord? He'll lead you and guide you on what he wants you to do. I find again, there were things that were on my heart and mind throughout life that I was like, again, I called them goals, I called them aspirations, I called them things that I was reaching for, my dreams or whatever, things that I thought that were my passions or whatever the case is. And yes, they are still those things, but then there are a lot of things that look different from, what I quote unquote envisioned, right? Yes, I saw myself as a multipreneur, right? But I didn't necessarily know that I was going to, have a wine business, right? I didn't know that I was going to do the nail polish business, even though, at some point in my childhood, I was interested in like doing nails or whatnot. I know my mom even, helped me make a little nail shop when I was younger, right? But I didn't know that I was going to be doing my own nails and representing this nail polish brand and things like that, right? As much as I talked to myself in the mirror and things like that when I was growing up, who knew, right, that was the beginning stages of what everybody does now, like what I'm doing literally right now with this camera, sitting here talking and sharing and having a quote unquote show, the same way that I did in my childhood. Who knew that I would be broadcasting on 3 platforms right now doing this and things like that? So that's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, things may look a little different from the original goal. Like, again, even with GSL, I feel like I share this testimony all the time, but I saw God, Sex, and Love as a talk show. That's what I feel like the Lord gave me, that you need to make a talk show, right? Now, to be honest, this channel on YouTube is, I feel like I just said, it's a channel, it's a network, it's something more than a talk show, because there's multiple shows now on the GSL YouTube, and who knows what's going to come from that. Like, I mean, we already know that these books came from it, the books that I published and things like that. Now, again, y'all, I just told y'all about the small group that I'm doing. You know, again, who knew when I started the juice, daily dose of inspiration, that, you know, again, all these things would come from it. You know, so God's plan, I shouted to say that God's plan is better than my plan, was definitely better than my plan. It expanded beyond my plan, my thought, my vision, my dream, my goal, all those different type of things. And so again, as we lean and depend on the Lord and ask him what his vision is for you, since he made you, and if you don't know, right, if you don't know, the least you can do is ask. And then after that, try your best to get in the will. Because, I mean, even with these opportunities that are currently on the table right now, there's like at least three. And it's not even my own endeavors, right? Not even none of the stuff that I'm already doing, that y'all already see me doing. These is three additional opportunities that technically I could possibly still do on top of everything that I'm doing. You know, but at the same time too, again, I'm going to have to lean and depend on the Lord on what he wants me to do. Because I think for me, the main thing has been, especially since I started this, is that, you know, I don't want anything to take away from what has been established in this season when it comes to, you know, the juice, when it comes to like what God is doing with me, for me, and through me spiritually, right? And so that's the main thing. So if anything that's going to come on board and enhance that, great. Anything that's probably going to take away from that, X, Y, and Z, you know, well, I've seen the Lord close doors, as well as, you know, or take my interest from whatever it is, or whatnot. So that's what I'm seeking the Lord about, to see if these three opportunities are things that I need to walk in, and or not. Maybe just two of them, or maybe just one. Who knows? But we'll see. We'll see when it comes to all of that. But I think ultimately, y'all, I'm just trying to reiterate and just share with you guys that at the end of the day, yeah, we got our own ideas about what we think that life, or how we think our life should be, and everything like that. But I'm here to tell you that, you know, I'm here to bust the bubble. At the end of the day, it's not about you. It's about God's ultimate plan, his vision, the puzzle pieces to his story. However you want to look at it, y'all. It is ultimately his story that we are all players a part of, for this time, right? For this brief time. Matter of fact, let's talk about this. Let me share this verse before I share this other one. James 4:14. It says, "Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you are mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes." So again, I told y'all what I felt like the Lord showed me back in the day. It was, and the main thing was that, you know, the only thing that's going to last is what you do for Christ. And I said, okay, well, Lord, I want to do something that's going to last. So then I started to focus on these things that I'm doing for Christ. Now, I mean, obviously we know that there's a lot of things that lasted throughout history. You know, there's a lot of things that we know about, and people and everything like that. And, you know, don't they got a saying out here like, "Oh, bad girls change history"? How, you know, there's a lot of people that may not have done things Christ-like, and they quote unquote have lasted in our hearts and minds, because we remember them or whatever. But ultimately, again, I guess what I'm receiving is that the only thing that's going to matter at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to, you know, possibly help save someone's life or whatever, would be things that we do for Christ, and things that will hopefully help people grow spiritually and things like that. Let me keep going, y'all, because I got a couple more verses to share. Let me just go ahead and read this just in case. John 1:3, it says, "All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made." So again, like, God even gives us the ideas and things to build, to make, whatever it is. So, you know, just something to think about, y'all. Now, Jeremiah 29:11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." I know this whole conversation today may be pulp. It may be things you don't like. Don't want to sit here and think that, man, I'm not the star of my show, the show of my life. We don't want to believe that concept. So I guess I share that last verse to hopefully give you all some inspiration and to understand that even though Jesus is the star, the interesting thing is if we are the love interest, that means that he has us on his mind. That at the end of the day, again, it's not like you're an extra or something like that, or someone that doesn't matter to him. At the end of the day, you matter. At the end of the day, he loves you. He has plans for you. And again, he's constantly pursuing you as the love interest. And so, just because you may not be the star doesn't mean you're not important, y'all, in this story. And you can be much more important, again, once you get into the will of God. And I guess, y'all, that's ultimately the juice this morning. You guys can go deeper and check out, the verses that are in the Go Deeper section to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. But in case you needed confirmation, I have the Bible verse of today, and that is Proverbs 16:3. It says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your days of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all on tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.
Hello, charmers. Visit ttcboutique.com for the latest in fashion and accessories. Twice the charm, the source of women clothing.